Hi guys, it's Open Aid Alliance again for our weekly live segment. Coming at you today with Melissa Brooks, our peer support program director. And Melissa is here just to share a bit about herself and about what peer support is.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of jump in. So you already said I'm the Open Aid Alliance Peer Support Program Director. I go by Mel as well. So yeah, I just really wanted to let people know about our peer support program and who can benefit from it, and and how valuable it is. So yeah, I'll just kind of get started. So our peer support program, or folks that would benefit from our peer support program, are folks that might be experiencing mental health challenges, people that are using drugs, people that, have unresolved trauma. Maybe they're dealing with some pretty chronic, medical conditions. And so folks that are, experiencing that, and they're really just anybody that's looking for some extra support, some connection, folks that are in some stage of recovery. And what I mean by that with recovery is just, folks that are, really just wanting to improve their overall health and wellness. And also just anybody that's contemplating some kind of change. And so peer support services are provided by people that often have similar lived experience. So they have that shared experience. So they also, struggle with, mental health conditions. They have, experience with, injection drug use or medical conditions. So yeah, it's just, really can be really meaningful when somebody is there. They have that, common shared experience, and they're there to connect with you and support you and advocate for you.
Sounds amazing and really needed, especially right now.
Yeah.
Right? All the time, but maybe especially right now when folks have been isolated or continue to be isolated. So what does peer support look like right now? If I called and was I think this might be a good fit for me, what does it look like?
Well, that's actually, really important, because I think right now in this, very specific, experience during, COVID, I mean, anybody that even is just, isolated because of COVID, overwhelmed, scared, feeling lonely, would also be a good fit for, peer support. They just need that extra connection, that hope, and so right now, because of COVID, we are offering peer support just even over the telephone. So, I have folks that I'm working with that, we just communicate through, by phone, multiple times a week, or just one check-in call a week. Whatever, works for that person. And then we also offer peer support through different video platforms, so telehealth right now.
Yeah, and so when you're working with your peer support folks right now, what's the most common struggle point? I mean, I think all of us humans are experiencing something totally new right now, and we're all experiencing it together, but we're not experiencing it equally. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the struggle points?
I think right now, what's really common is, folks that are dealing with, already dealing with mental health conditions, actively using drugs, dealing with a lot of unresolved trauma. And then, during this, time of COVID, then on top of all of that, already they're facing services being cut off, their support systems, they're being isolated from their support systems. So, it just compounds, those challenges that they're already, trying to work through. So, I definitely feel like that's pretty common right now.
And so this is a bugger of a question.
Oh, great.
I know. How are you helping people deal with like this lingering uncertainty, right? Because
Yeah.
I think that is, it kind of is underlying a lot of things right now. And so personally, how are you responding to people who just are feeling the uncertainty?
You know, honestly, the way that I'm responding is just by like, I am also feeling that way. You know, I'm also going through, you know, the uncertainty, the fear, you know, every day, like not knowing what's really going on. So I'm just being like vulnerable and honest and expressing that myself. So it's like, you know, I'm going through this with, you know, participants as well. And I think that is, like I said, I mean, that's huge when somebody knows they're not alone. You know, we're sharing this experience together, and it can make it, you know, a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't feel so alone in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the root of it, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's generally what peer support is all about. Like, if we were to sum it up in a couple words, it's about not feeling alone, right?
Yep. Yep. Having an ally, you know, having an advocate, you know, or just even somebody that's there to help you navigate through our programs at Open Aid Alliance, you know, outside programs, community resources. So somebody that, you know, is on, you know, the same level, the similar level.
Yeah.
And that's just can be so healing in itself. You know, a great foundation to build upon with recovery or positive change. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I appreciate what you do so much. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think especially pertinent right now, we're navigating, so like we probably have people who are worried about keeping their housing or are experiencing food insecurity, and sometimes, especially now, navigating those services can be overwhelming. Like going to the grocery store can be overwhelming right now.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, and peers are there to help just get through the systems, get through.
Yep. And I always say it's sometimes it can be kind of hard to explain like specifically what peer support staff does, because it's totally dependent on each individual, you know, because everybody's needs are different. So, you know, some people, you know, I might just be really, you know, checking in with, like I said, over the phone, and we just like set a time to talk every week, you know, and just share our experiences, you know, things like that. And then other people, I am, you know, a little bit more hands-on. You know, I might be helping them, you know, with housing because they're experiencing homelessness, you know, advocating for them, helping them with food resources. Like today I'm writing a letter for somebody that is trying to further their education and be a student at the University of Montana. So it's so diverse, like what we can do. Like we're really flexible, and so because you know, recovery, and you know, positive. When somebody's making those like positive changes, it's so personal. So yeah, it's just very individualized support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next best thing.
Exactly. Yeah, because sometimes it is. It's just like step by step. Like, you know, let's take this big scary situation or this big problem and let's help break it down into smaller, more simple problems. And I'm going to be here with you and help you navigate through each step.
That's right. That's right, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so we're going to wrap this up, but if you or anyone you know is in need, or you think, I wonder if this is a good fit for me.
Yeah.
I think we were going to direct people to our website so they could check it out.
Yeah.
So that is www.openaidalliance.org. And, you know, there's no harm in getting on our website, reading about what peer support is.
Yeah.
And you can actually dial a number and you will go straight to Melissa, and you can even just ask, like, is this a good fit for me?
Yep. Yeah. So all of my information is on our website. Do you want me to say the number right now?
You
Or-
can if you remember it.
Okay. Yeah, so if you are interested in finding out more about peer support, like Krista said, to see if it would be a good fit, then yeah, just call me directly and I'm happy to chat about it at 406-209-8375. And then also email is always great, so just Mel, M-E-L, at openaidalliance.org.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
joining
you.
us again this week. Thanks Mel for being here. And you know what? We're just thinking of you all out there
Definitely.
in Facebook land. You're not alone. Nobody's alone. We're in it together.
Sending positive vibes
Yep.
out
that's
to
right.
everybody.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.